The Minot State baseball team may have experienced a setback this weekend, but they're still in postseason position to make the NSIC tournament with 5 days left and as many regular season games remaining. UMary took 2 of 3 games in Minot this weekend, giving the Marauders the season series. But Minot's win on Sunday kept the Beavers in the top 8 of the conference. That's 1 win ahead of Winona and Wayne, and a whole bunch of other wins ahead of the Marauders, who are all but mathematically eliminated from the postseason. The top 8 teams in the conference go to the tournament, which ironically is at the Marauders Field, Bismarck Municipal. Beavers are sitting at 6th right now and play 2 games against 5th place Southwest Minnesota State tomorrow at Corbett Field. Good news, final 3 games of the season are against Bemidji State, the worst team in the conference. And I'm not saying that lightly. They're currently on a 22-game losing streak. That series is in Bemidji. Grass is greener on the softball team's field. They punched their ticket to the conference tournament this weekend, their first trip since 2020. Regan Floyd threw 10 strikeouts on Saturday. She's 2 away from the 100 mark on the season. Losing to St. Paul on Sunday hurt the Beavers. They needed 1 win to avoid a play-in game, but we'll get a battle of the Beavers instead. Minot State versus Bemidji State on Wednesday in Rochester, Minnesota. Bemidji is the only team Minot State didn't play in conference this year because the games were, say it with me, canceled due to the weather. But they played in the preseason. Minot won by 1 run. At the bottom of the conference, UMary softball coach Dre France resigned this morning after her second season with the team. The Marauders finished last place in the NSIC. On Friday night, you heard from Cody Mauk, the former Hankinson Pirate turned Tampa Bay Buccaneer offensive lineman. It's the 2nd year in a row a North Dakotan offensive lineman has been drafted following Drake Animus grad Cordell Volson last year. Here's a recap of all the guys from North Dakota universities who will be participating in NFL activities in the coming weeks. Mauk, the only North Dakotan or player from a North Dakota school who is drafted. Hunter Lipke, Noah Gindorf, Spencer Wagee, and Nash Jensen, all Bison, that were signed as undrafted free agents. UND's Tyler Hoosman was signed, with Garrett Megg and UMary's Danny Kittner invited to rookie camps. There's room for 1 more player from a North Dakota school to be drafted in tomorrow's Canadian Football League draft. Minot State offensive lineman Troy Cowell. The Beavers team captain is from Alberta, and he missed most of this season with an injury after 5 years wearing a Minot State jersey. He's always played offensive tackle, but it could be time for a change.
They talked about guard and center. A lot of times Canadians get moved inside because you have to have a certain number of Canadians play in the CFL. So the Americans, they bring in like D1 American tackles to play tackle. So I've talked about tackle, but I've also talked about moving inside.
I'll be at Troy's draft party tomorrow evening. Henry Blakes will be right back with a final look at the weather.